I'm making my own Mario Maker fan game called Super Smashy Maker. In this game, my team and I tried to fulfill Mario Maker's potential. We still have a long way to go, but in the last couple of days I fully recreated the Monty Mole Tank from New Super Mario Bros. DS. In this video, I will go over my process of building this awesome boss enemy. Make sure to like and subscribe if you end up enjoying the video. Let's go. The Monty Tank originated in New Super Mario Bros. DS, where he is the end boss of World 6. This enemy looks pretty simple, but recreating him wasn't all that easy and took me a couple of days. I'm sure you all know how he works, but let's quickly analyze it. The tank consists of 3 different layers, but starts off with just one. While it's driving forward slowly, it shoots out bullet bills from time to time. The mole also pops out sometimes to throw a bob-omb at Mario. Whenever the mole gets hit, an attack phase starts where the tank spins around for a short period of time, where the amount of shot bullet bills increases as well. Then the second layer pops out and the process repeats itself until there are 3 layers. First I had to get some good sprites to rebuild this enemy, and luckily I got some from my Discord server. I started off by building the first layer by putting all the separate sprites, being the wheels, hatch and tank itself, together and quickly got this. Of course the tank needed someone to drive it, so next I started working on the mole and his animations. Before I put him in the tank though, I had to add one of his most important features, being able to throw bob-ombs. In my game I had already added actual bob-ombs, but the ones from this boss fight actually work a bit differently. These ones can obviously not move by themselves and get activated once thrown by the mole. I quickly recreated them as well and then added the code for the mole to spawn in bob-ombs from time to time with an RNG factor to it. After that I could finally add the mole to the tank. Instead of spawning him on the top immediately, I made him pop out just like in the original. I also made the Monty Mole look at Mario at all times, so the bob-ombs actually get thrown towards him. After that was done, we got to this, a driving tank with a mole who throws bob-ombs. So still some more work to do. Next up was adding the turning animations and functionality for the first layer. If we look at NSMBDS again, we see that even when the tank is not in its attacking phase, the tank part sometimes turns around. I added this behavior as well, with some RNG to it. The tank can either turn towards the front or the back, and if it's facing either left or right, there is a chance of a bullet bill getting shot out in the respective direction. Whenever the mole gets hit, the tank slows down and then the attack phase starts. In the original, the tank then starts moving between 2 points while spinning. With some more RNG, the tank decides if it initially moves left or right and how many times it moves between those 2 points, with a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 6 times. Just like before, RNG decides if the tank spins forwards or backwards. After that, I finally added the shooting functionality for while the tank is spinning. At first I had this funny glitch where all the bullets went to the same direction. They all went left even when the tank was facing right. This was just a dumb oversight and I quickly fixed it. Now we can continue to the second layer. Whenever the first attack phase stops, the second layer of the tank pops out, after which it starts moving again. Of course the mole keeps throwing bob-ombs at Mario, but the second layer of the tank should also be shooting bullet bills and be able to turn around. So once again I made all the turning animations. For the functionality I could simply reuse the one from the first layer. While working on this layer I encountered several small bugs like the mole appearing in the wrong spots, but eventually I sorted it out. A needed animation for when the second layer pops out is the cannon of that layer expanding, as also seen in the original. This made the tank more authentic. After that we already had a pretty cool looking tank, but the attack phase for the second layer still had to be added. During the process of adding that I also had a few funny bugs. After those were resolved though, we got a fully functioning 2-layer tank. Let's now add the third one. For the third and last layer, I did the same as before. I added both animations and functionality for it to turn around from time to time and shoot bullet bills. During the building process, I totally forgot that the third layer is also the last one, which is why right here, the tank gets into another attack phase after the mole is hit for the third time. But obviously, the tank should get destroyed at that point. As soon as I realized, I used Unity's particle system to create a cool yet simple effect which gets played a little bit after the mole gets hit for the third and last time. Of course this destroys the tank and the mole at the same time. The tank animations also stop playing right as the mole gets hit for the last time, just like in the original. Here are some other funny bugs I encountered while making the tank. After all that, I wanted to make the tank look a bit better, so I added some code which made the tank move slightly up and down compared to its wheels. This also made it seem a bit more realistic. I later also removed the hatches from all layers since the original tank does not have these and it caused some bugs as well. Next to that, I improved the shooting functionality of the tank while in the attack phase. At first the Bills were slower than the tank, which made the tank catch up with them sometimes. This was not ideal, so I sped up the Bills that get shot out while in this phase. Then I made some other minor changes to the code and eventually ended up with this. A fully functioning 3-layer Monty Mole Tank, just like in NSMBDS. The only thing missing now is a boss area. The cool thing about the Monty tank is that it's always gonna be a bit of a different fight with the RNG that it has. So every time you fight it, it's gonna be unpredictable to a certain point and it will feel fresh. In the original game, this boss fight has auto-scroll, but for a maker game that wouldn't always be too interesting, so that's why I did not add it. Apart from that, the tank will probably undergo some other minor changes in the future because everything you saw in this video is still very early into development. Before I end the video, I wanted to also quickly announce that we got another programmer on the team with a lot of knowledge and experience, Tomatek. So you can expect this game to improve drastically in the near future. If you want to stay up to date with this fan game, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can also join the Discord for more regular updates, which is linked in the description below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.